Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. I didn't think I was going to do this video today, but I have to because I have to warn you all as to what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put this out real quick. I don't come out here to try to only give you bad news, but this is reality. These are the things that we need to look at in order to be better prepared for what's coming. You don't think it's coming? That's okay. Don't prepare. You think this is fear-mongering? Click off. Thank you very much for visiting, but maybe this is not for you. However, if you want to know what's coming down the pipe, you need to listen, not only to me, but to everyone else that is warning of what is coming down the line. We are going to be headed into a major food shortage crisis. And if it's not man-made, it's going to be because of nature or because of both. Right now, we have food crisis around the world, and it will come to a city near you, ladies and gentlemen, mainly because of man-made things, right? Because of this war that's going on. But we also have nature to deal with. And look at this. This is incredible. Swarms of Mormon crickets engulf Oregon farms. Truly biblical. Mormon crickets are giant insects that descend in huge swarms, are destroying millions of acres of farmland in Oregon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just 2 or 3 acres. This is millions of acres. And these things are eating machines. I covered this when it was happening in Africa, I believe it was, in the continent of Africa, a year or 2 ago. And look at how Africa's doing, where they now have to import most of their foods, right? But I digress. So I covered this, and these crickets, or whatever it is that they call them, these are Mormon crickets, but they're kind of like the same species. They eat their weight every single day. They eat their weight every single day. They come down on a farm and they just destroy it. And then they go on to the next one. And there's not much that you can do to get rid of them. Each cricket can grow to over 2 inches in length, and when it swarms, can ravage crop fields within hours. Their name comes from the fact that they ruined the fields of Mormon settlers in Utah in the 1800s and have plagued farmland ever since. With rising temperatures due to worsening droughts in the United States, cricket infestations have gotten much worse. According to the Associated Press, in 2021, 10 million acres of Oregon rangeland across 18 counties were damaged by insect swarms. And a rancher told the Associated Press that the infestations are truly biblical. On the highways, once they are killed, the others arrive. So there's no getting rid of these things. Despite their name, Mormon crickets aren't actually crickets, but rather shield-backed grasshoppers. They cannot fly, but during swarm season, they can cover over a mile a day on foot. Swarms are part of their life cycle. They hatch in the spring once the soil temperature reaches 40 degrees Fahrenheit, with juvenile nymphs taking about 60 days to reach adulthood. Within 2 weeks of adulthood, breeding begins. They're almost like a shark. A shark's job in the oceans is to eat and breed. That's it. That's a shark's job, is to breed and eat. Swim around and eat. These things is to just hop around and breed and eat. Scientists don't fully understand what triggers the mass swarming's behavior, after which the usually low population explodes into migratory groups comprising millions of individuals. The crickets are believed to keep moving to seek sources of protein and salts wherever they can, crucial for their survival, but also to avoid being cannibalized by other crickets coming up behind them, leading to a swarm of unstoppable self-regulator that constantly moves forward. And here it says that this lady, April, lives in Oregon, where there was a huge outbreak in 2017. She battled crickets in the swarms, the largest since 1970s, using garden equipment. I took out the lawnmower and started mowing them and killing them, she told AP. I took a straight hoe and stabbed them. But that's not going to stop them, ladies and gentlemen. And to help combat the cricket swarms, the Oregon Department of Agriculture will survey the land of private landowners like farmers and ranchers, and if they find more than 3 Mormon crickets per square meter, they will be offered treatment with a pesticide, which I'm sure that's not going to be good for their crops, ladies and gentlemen. And here it says, ladies and gentlemen, that according to the USDA, this pesticide that they're using should be used sparingly because it's not good for water creatures or the water table. The use of this pesticide has sparked protests from environmentalists who are concerned about its impact on grasslands, ecosystems, as the chemicals can affect other insects, including bees and pollinators. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just something else to look out for. This is going to be, in my opinion, a terrible year for farmers and for the harvest that we have coming up. Now, this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. I could be 100% wrong, all right? I could be 100% wrong. But I think that before the harvest season, the USDA is going to come out with really good numbers. They're going to say, yes, we're going to have really great harvest. We're going to have a high percentage of good to very good or excellent crop harvest, which means that we're going to have a great carryover. I think that's what they're going to say. Why? Because what that will do is it will lower the futures. It'll lower the futures contract for those crops, for those farmers that have not contracted yet, giving them a lower price on whatever they harvest than what will be sold in the market later on. Then later on, after the farmers have been fleeced, right? Once the farmers have been fleeced, everyone that's bought their product, their grain, whatever it is that they grew, then they will go ahead and bump up the price. I think that's what's going to happen, but we'll see. Hopefully, this will turn out to be nothing, but with everything else that is going on, with all of the drought issues that we have going on, with all of the acres that have been planted but are not going to be yielding as much of a harvest because of the shortage of fertilizer that we have, I still believe that going on into next year, we're going to have a very low carryover, which will put us one bad harvest away from having a year without any food. That's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, hopefully I'm wrong, but this is something that you have to be aware of. Why? Because I hope that stories like this will motivate you to continue to prepare. Because these things, ladies and gentlemen, they're all cycles. These are all cycles, and we are having, I think we are in a time where it is a cycle of cycles, meaning that we have a major cycle where many cycles of different things, of different challenges are going to culminate into an apex, and then everyone's going to wake up in one shot and say, oh my goodness, what happened? But you, the prepared, are going to have the things that you need in order to carry on your standard of living and even be able to help out your neighbor if you're so inclined. Having said that, have a great day. Let me go ahead and announce this really quick. Nutrient Survival has the Alaska Prepper Payday Prep Bucket still available. Today is the last day if you want to get it at savings. And if you do, make sure that you use my AP10 code for 10% off. The link to Nutrient Survival is in the description of the video, but make sure that you use the AP10 code for 10% off the discounted bucket as it is now. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. God bless every one of you.